party. So, I looked around for what to do, and actually down here near the infirmary there's a loose board that will allow us to continue. We already read the description for the loose board, so I won't bother doing it this time, but there's only one spot that I've seen so far that would seemingly let us progress that requires a loose board, and it's right up here. So we'll continue that way. Right here. All good. So let's continue on. Hi, Ghost. A pile of haphazardly strewn human bones is heaped upon the floor. Upon closer examination, a student ID name tag is jutting out from one side. There's a crumpled piece of paper on the ground. It seems to have fallen from the corpse's lifeless hand. God will surely save me. Took me a minute to process what I was seeing since it was spaced out weird. I just woke up. It's like 3 a.m., so my hair's a little weird right now. So excuse me. Laboratories. Boys' room on the left, girls' room at the end of the hall. So, bathrooms. The drain is completely stopped with long strands of black hair, and the basin is filled with dirty water. Shut the goddamn door. What the hell was that? That was either an actual voice or an auditory hallucination. And I don't really know which is more likely. I see. The girls' room. It won't open. Okay, interesting.
Naomi.
Do you have any of that ass medicine on you, by any chance? You know the smeary stuff. What, again? Well, I've got some antibacterial cream if that'll work. Thanks. I'm gonna go butter up my pooper with it real good. What?
Yay!
Do you have any shame at all? We should check on her, right? That whole thing was weird, right? Just checking to make sure you're here. Okay, this whole thing is weird, but I guess I'll leave you alone. This seems to be a dead end. I don't see anything else. Big brother? What's that, Yuka? Here? And this was the spirit door. It's fine now, evidently. And then she's in here. So I don't imagine that Yuko was in here. Sorry for the wait. Thanks for the cream. Put her there. No problem. Wait, was that stall open? I thought that stall was locked when we were in here before. It was? I didn't have any trouble getting in. Fine. I guess I'll let you off the hook. We'll have bigger things to worry about, after all. I actually just heard a scream. Let's go check it out, right? Oof. Are you okay? That was a close one. My leg. Thanks for lending me a hand. No problem. I'm glad you didn't fall all the way down. Seems like you sprained your ankle really badly, though. We should find some place to sit down and rest. Yeah, you're probably right. Here, lean on my shoulder for the time being. Thanks, I owe you one. Think nothing of it. If we haven't been successful at finding a way out yet, I doubt we'll have more luck anytime soon. Besides, I don't think my ankle can take much more. So, I'm not sure where to go now, because we've kind of exhausted our options. Oh god. I think I stepped in it. Ew, you did? Here, I've got some tissues. Maybe you can wipe it off. These are definitely somebody's guts. And when I stepped on whatever part of their body I stepped on, it made a squishy sound, like I'd popped my shoe in a juicy pile of dog poo. Way too much information. You're gonna make me puke. Sorry. The fate that awaits you from here on out is a cruel one indeed. You may record your progress on another layer of candlelight, for if one's fate is overwritten, it may never be remade. Playing the odds and creating multiple paths for yourself is one of the basics of survival. I'm gonna create a temp save here. But we're gonna continue in anyway. We'll go with this one. Weird that the note was by this store. So the space heater and the medicine and such, it seems all to be the same. I don't see Yuka. Surprisingly, they are clean. That's good though. Now you can finally rest your weary bones. Yeah, I think I'm going to lie down for a bit. All tucked away in the corner like that? I've always preferred nooks and corners. They just make me feel safe, I guess. I know just what you mean. I'm exactly the same way. I wonder if there's anything in here we could use to soothe that ankle of yours. Sit tight, I'm gonna take a look. Okay, thanks a bunch. Don't thank me yet. I haven't done anything. This will do nicely. I've got to make sure it's splint and some bandages. That sprain's a gunner. Hold still.
ありがとう。助かる。
Oh man, you're a lifesaver.
よし、完璧。どう？
Alright, you're wrapped up tight. How does it feel?
あ、すごい楽。
It feels
セイ
great.
コ、あ
Thank
りが
you.
とう。
You're very welcome. I sprained my ankle pretty badly before too, so I know just how you feel.
あと冷やすものでも
I
あれ
wish I
ば
had
いい
some
んだけ
ice
ど
or something
ね。
put on it though.
助かったよ。
No
でも寝
worries.
てるし。
You've done more than enough
いい
already.
けど。
You're asleep? That's fair enough, I guess.
お許しもゲット。
Glad you agree.
では
It's
遠慮なく。
Slumberland for me.
相変わらず変な子だね。
You really are an oddball, you know that?
ねえねえ、ナオミ？
Say, Naomi,
持田くんに会ったら何したい？
if your friend Mordecai, have you thought about what you want to do with him?
は？だってさ、ほら、
Well, you know what
極
they
限
say.
状
When
態
two
に
people
置
are
かれた
faced
二
with
人って
difficult
恋に落
situations,
ちやすいって
shall
言
we
うじ
say,
ゃん。
it often leads to love, sweet love.
もう覚悟決めて告っちゃいなよ。
You should well up your courage and confess your feelings to him.
とナオミのことも可愛さ3割増しで見えるって持田くん。
You get all girly with him in this creepy place, and your cuteness factor will grow in 3 sizes in his eyes, I bet.
あんたといるとなんか普通に
I
いつ
swear,
も
with
の
you
学校
around,
で
I
喋って
almost
るみ
feel
たい
like
な
we're just shooting the breeze back at school. Like nothing ever happened.
ありがとう。考えとく。
Thanks for your advice. I'll think about it.
早く会えるといいね。
I hope we find him soon.
でも一方で彼ま
You
でこんな
kinda
ひどい目
don't,
に遭
though,
ってなけれ
do
ばよ
you?
かったのに
You're
って。
thinking about how you wish he didn't have to be put through all of this.
ここにいなければよかったのにって
You want to see him, but you
心
wish
配
you
してる
could
んだよね。
rest
ナオミ。
easy knowing that he's safe and sound back at home, rather than wandering around here. Am I right?
これって母性みたいなもの？
Must be those maternal instincts kicking in. Huh? You're a deep one, to be sure.
軽い口調で
She
よく
may
見てるよ
sound
ね。
like an idiot, but she's right.
かなわないや。
Guess there's no fooling her.
さっきから結構
I've
ち
been
らっと当た
pretty
ってる
curt
な。
with her since we got here. I'll have to make sure I apologize later.
ごっくりって何？
And what was that exactly?
すまねえ。ナオミさん
Sorry.
の尻見
It's
てる
just
と
that
生
when I
唾
see that
が。
ass of yours, I start drool.
意味わかんない。
You're so weird.
またゆかちゃんの声
That was Yuka again.
聞こえたね。ちょっと見てくる
I
よ。
heard it too. I'll go take a look.
ナオミはもう少し休んでて。
You stay here and
すぐ
rest,
戻るか
okay?
ら。
I'll be back in a jiffy.
心配だから私も行くよ。
I don't think that's such a good idea. I should go too.
大丈夫だよ。ちょっと
I
待ってて。
insist. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Keep that ass parked on that bed. You got it?
でもせっかくだし
But-
もう少し休んでなよ。
Look, your ankle's all dressed and feeling better, right? Don't make all that for nothing.
わかったわ。
Alright. I guess I'll stay here. Nope, get up. My ankle really does feel a lot better.
さすがだな、聖子。
She definitely has a knack for caretaking.
先生。
It's you and the others. Satoshi, I wonder if they're all doing alright now.
ちょっとサトシ、何しがみついてるのよ。あとそこ胸。
What the hell is wrong with you, Satoshi? Get a hold of yourself and get off me. That's my chest. I'm sorry. I couldn't see where I was grabbing.
もう可愛いんだから。
You're lucky you're so cute. Oof.
会いたいよ。
I just want to see him.
なことに。
Why did this have to happen?
どうして鍵まで
Why is
閉
the
めてるの？
door locked? A closer inspection, there's no visible bolt keeping the door closed, nor other evidence it's been locked at all.
嘘、鍵か
What?
かってないのに開かない。
But if it's not locked, why won't it open? Are those children?
夏休みには皆さんで遠
Let's go
足に出かけ
over the
ま
field
しょ
trip
う
together.
ね。
Who? What? My head hurts so bad, I can't stop this ringing in my ears. The descriptions of things are the same. The door is laced with countless strands of black hair rooting it in place. I see. Is someone there? It sounds like a ballpoint and pen scribbling away on a sheet of paper. Haphazardly scrawled shorthands begin appearing in the journals on the desk, as if being written by unseen hands. The letters are so misshapen and inconsistent. However, they're completely illegible.
さっちゃん、
Have you come to
迎
find
えに
me?
来てくれたの？
何よ。
What the? I need to get away. Shit? Oh god. The black mist begins to wrap itself around Naomi's body. There's no question that this malevolent force, if this continues, death is inevitable. I see. Am I supposed to escape by something certain? Completely illegible. Nothing. Nothing. A diagram of the human body. Looking closely, each individual organ seems to be bleeding, with actual dark red blood dripping from the paper. It's stuck, technically, so... Is this a solution? I'll read through this. How to remove a tongue. First, ensure the patient's arms and legs are tied down tightly, preventing escape. Next, insert a fixed metal object into the patient's mouth and impede the jaw movement to keep the mouth locked in an open position. The patient may attempt to pull back or curl its tongue to impede your progress. No need to worry. The effectiveness of this will prove negligible. Open your scissors all the way and then close them hard around the base of the tongue, as far back as you can manage. The patient will thrash and scream, so it is recommended you apply as much pressure as possible to attempt to complete your task in one fell swoop. I see. Looking closely, the whole shelf seems to be shaking violently. There is no escape here. Oof. Unless the door lets me out. The door is laced with countless strands. It's no use. Where did the hair come from? Try using a match to burn the hair? Yes. The flame wasn't strong enough to do any significant damage. But the scissors were on this shelf. So why can't I get the scissors that were there? Open up. Somebody. Is anybody out there? Try using another match. Sure. The flame wasn't strong enough. This isn't going to work. I'll need more than just matches to burn through all of this. Isn't there anything super flammable in here? Like the rubbing alcohol? That was over here? Take the rubbing alcohol. Yes. A very old bottle of rubbing alcohol, still filled almost all the way to the top. Okay. So now this should work, right? Douse the hairs with rubbing alcohol. Yes. After hastily splashing alcohol all along the edges of the door, Naomi lit a match in an attempt to burn through the seemingly endless strands of hair. With a sizable whoosh and a waft of foul-smelling heat, the hair lit up, then hardened all the way and fell off, freeing the door, allowing it to open. I'm going to kill you. What happened? Are you okay? Sorry for the mess. What are you talking about? Don't apologize for barfing. You poor girl. Everything's okay. You'll feel better now. It's out of your system. Need me to rub your back? I think I'll be fine. Thanks, though. Did you find Yuka? Looks like we're really the only two people here. The only two people living, anyway. This place is just way too quiet. How about you, Naomi? Is your leg feeling any better? Are you okay to be up and about? While I was resting, I was suddenly attracted by this creepy black apparition thing. What? Oh my god, are you alright? I think so. We should consider that the room off limits from here on out, though. That's fine. I'm glad you're okay. I guess we better keep moving, then. Can you stand? Yeah. But where are we supposed to go? Back to the original classroom that had the one wardrobe that was shut by hair. We've already been pretty much everywhere we can go in this godforsaken school. And then the only other people we've come across are all dead people. Damn it, there I go again. It's hopeless, we're finished. I'm so tired. I'm acting like a child again. Come on, it's not that bad. We'll figure something out. Class 2-9ers never say die, right? We're invincible. I've got a hairdresser's appointment in the morning. And I intend to keep it. And then, in the afternoon, what do you say you and I go get our bikes fixed? Sounds like a plan, right? If we make it back alive, sure. This is psycho. What am I doing? I just can't seem to hold back.
見つかれちゃった。
Are you, like,
らしく
super
ないよ
duper
な
tired
ん
or
か。
something? This is not like you.
もっと上げていこ
Come on,
うよ。
raise that
そ
chin.
したら
That
怖
is
く
the
ないって。
only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
ねえ、何がそう楽しいの？
What the hell's got you so chipper?
なんかずっと笑ってる。
You just keep smiling and laughing.
そうかな。
Do
こ
I?
のまま本当
Tell
に出ら
me,
れなかったら
how long is
どう
that
する
going to
の？
last if it turns out we can never go home again?
真剣に考えてる？な
Have
ん
you
とか
given
なる
that
よじゃ
any
なく
thought
て
at all?
さ。
We'll figure out something. That's a crock, and you know it.
恐ろしい目にあって
I must have finally cracked under pressure. This whole situation was just more than my soul could bear.
聖子を元気づけよう
I
と思っ
thought
てた
I'd be
私が
keeping Psycho's spirits up till the bitter
気
end.
づいたら
But
傷
just
つけ
like
て
that, I was berating her, abusing
辛
her.
くて悲しくて
All I had running through my head was pain and sadness.
我慢しきれず
I
に
was like a baby
泣き出
throwing
して
a
しまう
hissy
感
fit.
覚。
I was crying out irrationally and couldn't stop.
咳を切ったようにひどい言
Venomous
葉を
words
叩きつ
flowing
ける
from my mouth as if
私の
someone
心
had
の解
turned
放感
on
は
a spigot. All I could do was moan, complain, and belittle.
それと似ていた
I
気が
was
す
really
る。
behaving just like a spoiled little brat.
家族だって
I'm sure our
いつまでも
families
心配して
are going to be really
ずっ
worried
と
about
探
us.
したりして
They're going to search and search, but they'll never find us.
すごい迷惑かけるし。
It'll be a terrible burden for them.
それは何が
You're wrong. How
い
so?
なくなった人が大事
When
だ
you
から
lose a loved one, you cherish that person's
何か
memory.
したくて
It's never a
苦
burden.
労でも何でも
You just want to
して
do
あげたい
whatever
から
you can.
し
Whatever
た
you
いか
can
ら
to make her proud.
するんだよ。
You just want to, so you do you.
私のバカ。聖子のお
What is
母
wrong
さん
with me?
数年
Psycho's
前
mom
に失
disappeared
踪してい
several
るのを
years
知って
ago.
た
I
くせ
know
に
that, so why am I putting her through all this grief?
残された人って
That's how I think
そ
of
う
the
考
people
える
we,
ものじゃないか
we
な。
leave behind are going to
他
feel.
のところは
I don't know how it is for you and your family,
普通は
but
そんなおめで
normal
たい考
people
え方。
don't work that way.
ナオミ、ごめん。
Sorry.
手分けしない？
How about we split up?
別々
We can
に
cover
手
more
がかり
ground
探
that
した
way.
方が
Maybe find a clue that can get us out of here.
効率いいかもしれないし。
Seems like the most effective plan of attack, don't you think?
そう、
Who?
そんな言い方ってあ
Who
る？
says things like that?
謝んなきゃ。
I have to apologize.
私だって帰りたいよ。
I want to get
お
home
父さん
just
や
as
優
much
た
as
ち
you
に
do. Back to Mom and Dad and you and everybody else.
心配かけたく
And
な
I
い
sure
よ。
as hell don't want to make them worry about me.
私が悪いんだから。
This is all my
謝
fault.
ん
I
な
have
き
to
ゃ。
apologize.
それなのに。
But most of
ナ
all,
オミにそんな
I
言
don't
い
want
方さ
you,
れ
of
た
all
ら。
people, to speak to me like that. Oof. I can't make a temp save either. So I can either apologize or just tell her to leave me alone. I have a feeling that they're probably pretty close to the same, but with there being multiple endings per each chapter, like I'd say 4 or 5 endings per chapter, there's a big possibility that it's not. I'm gonna go with just leave me alone.
いいから、ちょっと一人に。バカバカ、人の気持ちも知らないで。
You're a jerk and you don't care about anyone else's feelings but your own.
知らないわ。
I sure don't care about yours.
バカ聖子。
Stupid psycho. I'd heard her loud and clear though. She was trying her hardest to keep my spirits up, trying her hardest to make me feel better. But the way I was at that moment, Psycho was just a little too bright for me. So bright that it hurt.
こうして
And
こ
so,
の異空間に拉致された者
in
の
this
中でも
nexus of closed
まだ幸運だっ
spaces
たはず
where
の
humans are scattered and imprisoned and
同
killed,
じ次元に存在する
two
ことができ
friends
た
who should have
私た
been
ち二人は
thankful just for the small favor of being trapped together in this unforgiving
簡
place
単に
were quickly and easily divided.
この些細
My
な
petty
私の意地っ張りが
abstinence
大きな後
towards
悔
Psycho
を招
would
くことにな
come
る
to
の
be the biggest regret of my life as the consequences of that heated exchange
その後すぐ
were
のこと
far
だっ
more
た
dire than I ever could have imagined. That jerk. So we don't have any items. I think I just heard somebody calling out. Follow the voice. I know very well that the correct answer should be no here, but I'm gonna choose yes.
初めてだな
That was the first time, huh?
ナオミと
The first
あんな風に
time
ぶつかり
I
合った
ever
の
fought with Naomi like that.
一人になると
From the moment Psycho and I parted ways, the fear I'd been harboring since I got here just kept growing stronger and stronger.
何かに頭を支配されたように
I felt like something else in my head, like I was under some alien
聖子を
influence.
探して校舎の
In my
中を走り
mentality
回った
and distraught state, I ran through the building, frantically searching for Psycho.
何度も何度も
I just
名
kept
前を呼
calling
び
her
ながら
name over and over. Strangely, I have no memory of where I went during this time. I just ran, as if in a daze, unaware and unconcerned of my surroundings.
気がつくと
When I finally came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the third floor hallway.
聖子どこにいるの
Psycho? Psycho, where are you?
聖子ねえ一人にしないで
Psycho, come on, don't leave me by myself.
聖子いるの
Is that you? Was it this one? The stall door is locked from the inside. Somebody's definitely in there. Why? Why? No. Naomi.
生きてるの今助けるから
Psycho, you're alive? Hold on, I'll get you down. The bucket? There's a bucket. A clump of unidentified meat is on the inside. It's completely crawling with maggots.
足割り
I may be able to use this as a footstool. Ew. This is revolting, but if it saves Psycho... A significant number of maggots have found their way into Naomi's hands and skirt. Filthy bucket, an old heavily corroded bucket full of moldy deposits and highly sated energetic insects. Psycho, I'm right here. Filthy bucket fell from Naomi's hands. With blank eyes, Psycho swung back and forth, slowly in her noose. All the life had been completely drained from her face. Why? Why would you hang yourself?
さっきまで
You were smiling and laughing all this time.
一緒に
Didn't you say
こ
we'd
こ
find a
で
way
や
out
っ
of
て
here
言ったじゃ
together?
ないやめてよ
Stop
一
this.
人
Don't
に
leave
ないで
me
よ
all by myself. Say something.
さっきのこと
I want to apologize to you for what I said. Until just a few hours before, I was laughing and playing in school with my best friend. Now, here she was right in front of me, lifeless, hanging from a noose. How could I possibly accept it as reality?
信じない
I
私
can't believe this is real. I refuse to accept it.
信じない
It just can't be. Continued in Chapter 2. Chapter 2 has been unlocked. One extra has been unlocked. Continued to second chapter. Corpse Party. Blood-covered repeated fear. Or... yeah, fear. I'm gonna go with. So there's one thing that I wanted to go back and look at. What happens if we do apologize? So, the correct answer was... oh, the board. Right. I'll just skip through the dialogue and get straight there, but I want to see if there's anything majorly different if we do apologize for the mean things that we say. I suspect that she'll still die the same way. I just suspect that the dialogue may be different.
あれ
Okay, laced with hair. So can I get out without ever encountering the spirit? That'd be interesting too. So, no. It's like a time thing. And it's pretty latched on too. I see. So it wants me to use the matches too. It wants me to at least try. Yeah, 'cause the pathway is very specific. I'm kind of curious what happens if you die here too. But I suspect it would just flash the game over screen and it'd be over. I only have 6 health, but we're gonna continue on anyway. So I just want to figure out what happens if you apologize here.
私がそれなの
I'm sorry.
聖子
I'm so
えっと
I
私こそ
I'm sorry. But it's okay. If that's what you think we should do, then let's split up.
私行くね
I'll go this way.
何やってんのよ
Just played this game earlier. I'm a big fan of the TV show and the original book that they released for it, but I haven't actually played the game for myself until all this time later. And I'm finding that the game is fairly different compared to those two versions. While the book and the animation had kind of their own thing going on, so does the game. So if you're a fan of this, also check out the show and the book. What the hell was wrong with me? I couldn't even manage to say the word sorry. I'd heard her, loud and clear though. She's trying her hardest to keep my spirits up, trying her hardest to make me feel better. But at the moment, she was just a little too bright for me and I got hurt. So pretty much the same dialogue, which makes me suspect that this will go probably the same way too. We will choose the opposite option though than I chose the last time. Let's not follow the voice. Do we have a different option than following the voice here? It does let us explore a different pathway. Not another earthquake. Naomi makes it hard for me to sympathize with her. That's because of her wackiness, I would believe. Hi, hope you had a good Christmas. My Christmas was good for the most part. I spent an extensive amount on family members to make sure they got gifts that they enjoyed, and everybody else just kind of got cheap gifts to make sure everybody got something. But, I mean, I can't complain about it. We were together as a family at least, and my older sister cooked us a meal that was pretty good. I'm going to... I ordered a phone for my grandmother that was a couple of models newer than her current one, and the cell phone store told them that they couldn't activate it because it wasn't a US cellular phone. So, I'll have to send it back to the Amazon seller and get one that she can activate through her company because she's in a contract. But I'm gonna get back to the game for now. Are you okay, Nai? I'm gonna continue on. The infirmary. Some ethereal force is completely sealed the room. All attempts to enter are being blocked. That's interesting.
嘘床が壊れてる
The floor has
今の
collapsed.
地震
Did
の
this
せい
happen because of the earthquake?
やだ
I can't take this. Interesting. So that means that the game is forcing my pathway. The reason why that's interesting is because looking at the menu, each of the chapters had about 4 endings. And if they're forcing my pathway back to the original, I wonder what the difference is.
帰れないかもしれないんだ
We really might not ever make it back home again, huh?
悪い夢じゃなく
This isn't a nightmare, it's actually happening.
だったら
I guess before anything happens to either one of us,
私の気持ち
I should tell her how I feel.
なんちゃって
Or not. There's really no way it would ever work out.
持田君に勝てるわけない
Try as I might, I'd still stand no chance against Mordecai. So, this wacky character loves her. These notes change. I told everyone that I'd go with them. So I've been left behind. It hurts so much, so no. Oh. Mommy's gone. Mommy's gone. Daddy. I can't find Mommy anywhere. So that puts the... When I'm by myself, I think of the stupidest things. That actually puts together more towards my theory of this version of the story. I just think I heard somebody calling out. I don't have any other option. There isn't a different place to go. So, I think this will end in the same result as it did the last time. We'll see, though. The dialogue's all the same. Yeah, it seems we're going down the same pathway. And that was the stall door closing. I think it's really cool that you can hear stuff like the stall door closing and footsteps even if you can't directly see them at the time. They did that really well. So yeah, same end result. It's interesting if you can get over the art style of the game. A lot of people won't watch a game like this specifically because the art style of the game, for the main game, isn't realistic. It's technically pixelated, pretty much, or drawn. A lot of people would prefer it to be super realistic, and some of the scenes are, but a lot of the main gameplay isn't like that. Also, my original thought in this situation was not to get the bucket that was here. Why didn't she try to hold her up herself? You know, like, take her feet and, you know, lift her up out of the noose, and then, Psycho could use her own hands to remove the rope. But at this point, Psycho knew that it wasn't a nightmare, so this is very, very intentional.
Psycho,
So the bucket fell from her hands. So how does this go this time, since we did apologize? Blank eyes, she's dead, blah blah. You know. We'd find a way out of here together. Don't leave me by myself, say something. I want to apologize to you for what I said. Up until a few hours ago, you were playing with your best friend at school. Now here she is right in front of my eyes, lifeless and hanging from a noose. How can I possibly believe this is reality? I can't believe this. I refuse to accept it. Just can't be. So the ending is the same. And it didn't give me anything new. But that's definitely only one clear condition out of a bunch. Because there are 4 different endings here. It's interesting. That means that I would have had to do something else. There's probably a dead end for officially dying to that ghost. Because if they're counting Psycho's death as an ending, I bet they would count Naomi's death as an ending as well. And I can check that out real quick, because I have a save that's right here, right outside the door. I just have to skip past some dialogue and let her leave, and then die to the entity. I don't intend probably to get all of the endings, but I do want to check out what an alternative ending would look like. Because the ending to the storyline that I just got matches up pretty much to the endings that are in the alternative versions, being the manga and the animation. They are slightly different, though. I do remember differences in the story. This might just splash me to a game over screen, too, and then I'll be annoyed about the fact that I didn't find a different ending. So all I have to do is move around this room a little to get the ghost to appear, figure out that the door is locked, and hear a bit of dialogue.
嘘。
夏休みには
Let's all go on a field trip together on summer vacation.
ましょうね。
It's been a really long time since I saw the animation or the book since I was back in school, which has been probably 4 years ago, approximately. But if I had to guess right now, based on the very small information that I remember, since they talked about being in a different reality and each person has their own reality, I would guess that this is some type of time loop situation where the other characters who have previously died are alternative versions of these characters. I'm guessing there is a way to escape, but if we escape, it'll be like a horror movie escape where they only have 1 to 2 characters escaping. Because that's how most horror situations just tend to be. Unless you're playing a Resident Evil game, then you can live happily ever after. Okay.
さっちゃん、迎えに来てくれたの？
So all I want to do here is die, so I'm gonna stand in one place and get attacked. I just want to know if that's an official ending. Point. The black mist begins to wrap itself around Naomi's body. There's no question that this is a malevolent force. If this continues, death is inevitable. Let me go. No. What is happening? The black mist begins flowing into Naomi's body. Through her nose, through her mouth, through her ears, through her eyes. In no time at all, she's completely engulfed. With vision darkening and consciousness fading, the last thing Naomi ever sees is the wildly grinning vision of a woman she's never seen before. So does that count as an ending? It does not. It just counts as a death. Well, that's pretty interesting, actually. That means each of the deaths have their own animations away from the endings. But at this point, I'm not really sure how to get an alternative ending right now. I am going to try this again. And I'll probably make a new video on it when I figure out how to get an alternative ending exactly. I'm sure that there's videos out there that can show me, but I want my reaction to be original for you guys first time seeing it. This has been really, really interesting. I hope that you guys are enjoying this like I am, because I'm a longtime fan of the series in general. I'm going to look up probably some other things by this creator now after this is over, and probably go forward trying to look into what creations they made after this, since I came back to still being interested in this series all this time later. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you left a like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.